Hey everyone, this is Kate from VTV and I'm here with...
Haritos Kavallos, coordinator of the Learning Commons.
And I'm going to be asking him a few questions about the Learning Commons today. So, Haritos, what is the Learning Commons?
So Learning Commons really is this idea of an academic space that brings together a number of services. There's tutoring, there's going to be a space for students to study, there's going to be access to different academic resources, books, digital devices, media, and it's also a place for students to come together to work on different projects. So whether it be working on applied projects or working on projects that are more along the social science route, students will have access to a number of different resources all in one central space.
So who can make use of the Learning Commons space?
Basically anybody. If you're a member of the community, whether you're a student, a faculty member, or a staff member, you can definitely have access to all the resources within the space.
How is the STEM Center different from the Math and Science Center?
So the STEM Center really is the rebranded version of the Math and Science Center. The idea is that we're trying to bring in the technology and engineering components into the mix. So the whole idea is we want to be able to have science students come together and work with technology students. So on the one hand, you have the science students bringing in the theoretical knowledge. On the other hand, you have the tech students bringing in the applied knowledge. And we figure, let's put these students in one room and have them work together on projects, whether it be the robotics team, whether it be new projects to develop. We want to be able to offer new activities and new support services for students in tech programs that currently we don't feel we are doing with the Math and Science Center.
What are some new things that the students can look forward to in the new Learning Commons?
So actually quite a few things. One of the things I think students might really like is this idea of group study rooms. So there'll be 5 rooms on the 5th floor that students can actually book, hopefully they're not using an online system or something of the sort. And then students can use these rooms to work on group projects, to meet with their different teams. And this is something that we didn't have before. In addition to that, as I mentioned earlier, we're going to have versatile space. So students are going to be able to have access to different kinds of space depending on what their needs are. So if you're coming with a group and you need to study in a group setting, there'll be spaces for that. If you're looking to study as an individual, there'll be quieter spots in the library and the Learning Commons for that. If you're looking to work hands-on, like for instance, if you want to come in and you want to develop, I don't know, a little robot or something that's more applied, we'll actually have a hackerspace. There's different names to this. You can call it a hackerspace, you can call it a makerspace. Really, it's a room that students will be able to have access to a number of tools. They'll be able to use these tools to tinker with different projects that they're working on. They'll have mentors there, so they'll have students that have been involved in robotics and in different projects in the past that can be there to support these students in their projects. And we think that this is a pretty good, cool idea because it's something that Vanier is really developing for the first time. A lot of schools and institutions throughout the US and the UK have developed maker spaces, but this, I believe, is the first hackerspace in the Quebec CHEP system, so it's going to be interesting.
Is the space accessible to students with reduced mobility?
Yes, so one of the things that we've done is that we've installed ramps in certain parts of the F300 area. So if students are looking to get access to the altar area, there'll be ramps that they can easily access and bring them there. Furthermore, if they're looking to get onto the 4th and 5th floors of the library space, they can basically do so by getting keycard access to the elevators that will be able to bring them to each of those floors.
Will the library continue to have a physical book collection? What about ebooks?
Yes, this is a question that I've been asked quite a few times. Let me assure the community that we will have a mix of both. We will continue to have a physical collection, which right now is at about 75,000 books. And we're also looking at ways to bring in new ebooks to our collection. So there's already a database that we have in place that will allow students to gain access to ebooks. And it is our hope that in the future we can continue to offer this service as there seems to be a demand for it. Faculty and students really do like our ebook collection. But of course, we will balance both physical and digital, definitely.
Will there be more power outlets for us to charge our computers, laptops, and other devices?
Yeah, so one thing that's definitely changed from the library of the past and the new Learning Commons is that, well, as times change, people have different needs. Most of us have access to cell phones these days. We have laptops, we have tablets. So we've definitely considered that in the new space. So we've installed new power outlets to make sure that the energy and electrical needs of the students is met no matter what devices they're using throughout the space.
Perfect. Thank you for your time, and I'm very excited to see the new Learning Commons.
Thank you for having me, and I'll just say one last thing. If you guys ever have any questions or concerns about the Learning Commons space, feel free to contact me. I'd be happy to talk to you guys. Thank you.